30 crazy, I need to get the fuck out of here stories. According to Reddit, number 30. Not me, but my cousin. He was hanging out at some local bar when he heard what he thought was an explosion. He stormed out of there, the building being engulfed in flames 30 seconds later. It turns out an oil train derailed not far from there and caused a massive fire which burnt through most of the downtown area. In case you want to read more about this story, it's the LAC Megantic Rail Disaster. The Lac Megantic Rail Disaster. Well, bing bong. As we travel up, we arrive at number 29. Oh boy. When I was 14, I was invited to go to Toronto with my best friend and her family for the week. And another family, friends of theirs, were coming along as well. Due to not having enough space in the vehicle, my best friend and I took the Greyhound bus. It took us about 2 hours to arrive, but once we were there, we still had to kill some time, as we were early and they were not. So we explored parts of Toronto. Finally, around 3 p.m., when they said they would be there, we started walking to the hotel and went to check in. Her family had not arrived. We figured they were stuck in traffic, considering Toronto traffic is the highway to hell during those hours. So we hung around and just chilled. Around 4 p.m., there was still no sign of them, and coming on 5, we were getting antsy, wondering what the heck was going on. We called a few of our friends who lived in Toronto to come and hang out, and so they did. And by the time we all met up, the other family joining us this weekend arrived. Okay. The father came along and he asked us where her mother was, and in response we said we didn't know because she was coming with him. He said he had gone to the house, no one was answering or even there, so he left and came here. From this point on, we were getting really confused and frustrated, but I noticed how he also kept closer to her than usual, kept staring at only her, and was way too calm about the entire thing. Our Toronto friend also noticed, and he came close to me and said, "I don't trust this guy. I don't trust this motherfucker." We went up to the level that we were staying on anyway, as the creepy father had said, "I'm sure they are coming. Let's not have this ruined." Well, okay. Once we were up there, my best friend hurried to get to the phone and called her mother, to which she was almost shouting on the phone, "You need to come home now." He never came to pick us up. What? After the conversation, sure enough, the father of the family came in and was acting weird as ever. He then said, "Well, if your mother isn't making it, I'll stay in the bedroom with you guys while my daughter and her friend can have the other one." As soon as that happened, I knew we were not staying there, so I took her out of the hotel and our friends took us to their house to hang out. Before my best friend's grandmother rented a car in order to come and get us. We were picked up at 11:35 p.m. So that's my memory of almost having to spend a night in a room with a pedophile who would have probably touched our coochies, or at least my best friend's coochie, without consent. No consent coochie touch. No consent coochie touch. Oh my God. That's the worst kind of coochie touch. There we go. Booby no coochie. That's the Kyle way. Sounds like a anime. Booby no coochie, the Kyle way. The anime. Jesus Christ. Number 28. I go to Kent State, and during the end of school year, there was a celebration on College Street. It was 2 weekends before finals, where everyone got extremely shit-faced and released stress before hitting the books. 2012 was the year they decided to end it because a riot of 3,000 people broke out. Most videos online show it as extremely violent and dangerous, but what the videos don't show is that 14-hour drinking day was pretty tame until the end. Bottles started being thrown before the entire street erupted into chaos. SWAT was dispatched, and the second I saw them, I knew I had to fucking leave. Kent State and riots don't mix well. Here's a video of the middle of the SWAT attack. The guy who did it edited it heavily to only show the bad parts. He was out with his camera all day. Well, damn, baby. That's pretty dank. These kids better be enjoying their ride. Oh my God. Oh my. That you have fun. Who is going to clean this mess? Does he have a camera mounted on another camera? Yeah. Bing bong.
That's exactly what I'm looking at.
We got a camera angle of a camera below the camera where he camera in the camera. Yeah, I heard you like camera, so we put a camera. I heard you like rooftop, so we on the roof. Okay, as we continue up, we arrive at number 27. Wow, it looks like my name's being called a lot in the stream. Faith says, I have the booth to myself tonight, Kyle, but I gotta run sound too, not fun. Well, I hope you, I don't know, get through what you're doing. It's nice to see you, Faith. Hope you had a great day. Sarah seems to be saying hello to Kyle and Hannah. Interesting. Yeah, whatever. Legendary Fat Man says, good luck, Faith. Rainey says, I gotta go. Bye, Kyle. Okay, you take it easy. And Sean says, hey, Kyle, did you find that game? I think I found it. So you got nothing to worry about. Special thanks to Sadasia today, though, because she sent me a $360 microphone. And I don't even know where to begin with thanking her properly. So I'm going to be trying to find a couple of things to read to kind of pay her back. And I've really found a bunch of lists today, So you guys have that to look forward to. As we roll up to number 26. Wait, did I read 27? Probably didn't. 27 people in the stream. Number 27. Last summer at my company's annual picnic, I was walking to the bathroom and noticed this older guy behind me. I wasn't really concerned, just figured he was headed there too. When I saw a group of coworkers standing and chatting on the way, I stopped to talk and noticed the guy had stopped too, about 10 feet behind me. When I started walking again, I noticed he was on the move again and started to get weirded out. When I got near the bathroom, I juked outside the door and made my way back to my coworkers. Sure enough, he followed along and kept his 10-foot distance from the group. I spoke quietly to them and told them all to check out this guy who was following me as I made my way back to the larger group. Sure enough, even with 6 ladies watching him, he followed me to the larger group where some of my male coworkers were. I went up to my buddy Skip and asked him if he would come with me to the bathroom to confront this guy, and he ran around the outside of the perimeter as I made my way back with my faithful tail still on the move. Skip had already gone into the bathroom before I got there, so when I finally made it in, he followed, and I just turned around and asked the fucker if he wanted to die today. He just silently turned around and left. The craziest thing about this is that I'm not a small guy, albeit not a giant like Skip. So I have no idea what he thought was going to happen or what he would have done to me in the bathroom if he had got me alone. I should have figured out a way to just kill this motherfucker right there. If he didn't give a shit about people following him, man, he should have. Look. I'm going to say it to y'all like this, okay? Some people will not listen, everybody in the stream chat. This is Papa Kyle dishing out some knowledge. I'm not about violence, but you can tell that some people mean harm by the way that they act, okay? And somebody trying to freaking corner your ass, that's not all right. You don't deal with people trying to corner your ass. So in a situation where she actually noticed, or he actually noticed, my bad, and corkscrewed around to get everybody else to be like, yo, pay attention to this motherfucker. You see he followed me, right? And then you got to go get somebody else to be like, yo, check it out. We going to the bathroom. This dude is following me. We're going to figure out what the hell's going on. It's going to be our word against his. You know what I'm talking about? And I hate to pull the whole, you're accusing somebody of rape type thing. You know what I mean? But if this dude followed me into the bathroom to try to one-on-one me, dude, and I got my other dude in there, I'm dropping this fool. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to teach this dude a lesson that he's not going to be able to even articulate when he's done. You know what I mean? There's going to be one hit. It's going to be his head against the tile in the bathroom. And when I say, hey, did you learn the lesson from that? He going to say, and I'd be like, that's what I fucking thought, baby. Kyle, baby. I mean, Skip. Kyle and Skip. Did Sean Watson say, this takes me back? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Or is the stream talking about kiwis as usual? Do you guys bite kiwis? Oh my God. Whole wheat bread, you're a badass, man. Give it up. Last night, I appreciate that. I spent half of the day trying to figure out how to get the controller to work with it. And even though I did figure it out, we got some work to do still. Bing bong. As we travel up this list, okay? Well, actually, let's TLD. Whoa.
Sorry.
Let's TLDR that. Too long didn't read. Managed to avoid unwanted man sex. Being murdered by paying attention to a dude following me. Look, man. Number 26. Used to go into a pretty rough inner city area to buy large quantities of weed, which I would flip to suburban kids who couldn't get it anywhere else. The standard move was pull up to the bando, my connect would hop in, I'd drive him to his plug, and wait outside in my car for a few minutes, drop my connect off back at his spot, and go home. One day, usually routine, he tells me when to come through, so I do. He tell me when to come through, so I do. And then he hits me with, yo, I'm on vacation right now. But I got some of my boys on it. They'll take care of you. Then 3 pretty built dudes I've never met before hop into my car and make the bare minimum of small talk, and I drop them off to go pick up the weed. Naturally, out of all the times I've done this, the one time I was dealing with complete strangers, someone pulls up on me as I'm in my car alone waiting for the deal to go down, asking where I live and who I know. I mention the person I do know, so they ask where he's at. I have to say he's not here, because he's not. They basically tell me the next time they see me, he better be with me, or else it's gonna be a problem. There wasn't a next time. I quit selling weed after that. Well, what a heartwarming story of a guy narrowly escaping a problem. You know what I'm talking about? See, if I see you again now, we're going to have a problem. Number 25. Went home from college the summer before my senior year. Met an old crush of mine, and she invited me to a party. I walked to the address, and it was horrible. It was this horrible, broken down house in a bad part of town. Went inside and recognized most of the people there as old co-students from high school. Had a good time drinking and smoking with them. I was a pretty straight-laced motherfucker in high school. Moving the microphone. Give me a second. I couldn't find my crush, so I went exploring the house. I found her a few other people shooting up heroin in one of the rooms. I'm not a fan of being around intravenous drugs, so I immediately left. I was only one house away before 3 cop cars started coming towards the house. I casually sat down on the other house's stoop and lit a cigarette. I watched the people in the party get arrested until the cops were looking away. And then I walked away into the night. What a cold gangster motherfucker. Thank God that his crush was doing some of that heroin. You know what I'm talking about? That's his no. Come on, girls. The drugs don't need to be that hard. Jeez. Number 24. In 2007, I was walking towards Grand Central Station in New York City with headphones in when I see a couple of people running towards me and away from Grand Central. At first, I don't think twice about it, but the more and more people are running, then more and more people are running. down the sidewalks and the streets, and they look scared. I take my headphones off and ask someone what's going on. They tell me that there's been an explosion at Grand Central. I look up and see the smoke. My chest tightens, and I turn and I start running. I just want to get as far away as possible. Finally, from a safe distance, I get a cab and head uptown away from the explosion. It turned out to be a steam pipe explosion. The fears from 9/11 were still running high at this time, and everyone had automatically assumed the worst. Luckily, it wasn't that bad, although I think one person may have died during the event. But it was way scary to be there. Oh, damn. I've got another confession to make. I hope everybody's having a great time tonight. Some people are going through some gangster shit. I actually just got a call from Haru, and I have no idea what it was about, but Haru would only call me if it was an emergency, as it clearly sounded like it was. And I can't wait to get to the bottom, whatever may have gone down. Faith says her throat hurts like a bitch, and I apologize. I hope that you can get something to soothe it. A Kyle solution in the oral cavity. I'm kidding. Am I? Am I, Hannah? Gonna hit me? Hannah hit me earlier in the head. She was like, I want to hit you. And she was behind me, and I was like, what? And then she did it. Number 23. A few years ago, I was having a conversation with a pretty big balls. That's what it says. I can only read what it says. A few years ago, I was having a conversation with a pretty big balls, chest out, chin up friend of mine, and I asked him about a part of Dublin where he came from. Had a terrible reputation and always put me on high alert when I found myself there at night. His response was, "You're a 27-year-old white man. There should not be any street in the world that you should be afraid to walk down." I mistakenly took his advice with me to Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, you fucked up. While there, I became pally with a few international dudes who had insight into some underground parties in the city. I was to join them on one of the parties.
Coochie.
There's legendary Fat Man with a $3 coochie donation. Anybody remember Charo in the stream chat? Yeah, that's a timely reference. I was to join them to one party in the Santa Romano favela one evening. At this time, the favela was unpacified. I'm not sure as to its status now. I was to take the bus from the bottom to a location at the top of the hill. Unfortunately, I didn't see the bus. I didn't see the bus that was to take me to the top, so I decided I would walk up the hill. The noises were numerous, lots of shouting, but I could discern that none of it was directed at me. Please.
Oh, okay.
People started getting out of their bar seats, some to come out and shout at me, others to enter their homes. Motorcyclists began to circle me while shouting at me in Portuguese, like the men and the women at the pathside. I quickly turned around and, without running, but walking at a pretty fearful pace, I made it far enough back down the hill without any incident of violence, but considering the increasing claustrophobia of the incident, I gather if I stayed en route, I would have at least been very forcibly removed from the favela, if not possibly worse. Perhaps a local of the city could inform me better on the consequences for a gringo to enter a favela unaccompanied by a local. When I arrived at the bottom of the favela again, I found a bus. It brought me to the top, to the best party I've ever been to in my life, an exciting evening all told. Somebody said, wow, never enter favelas, never. As a Brazilian, I will give this advice. Favelas are commanded by gangs, some huge deal gangs. You can't just enter the hill without asking the gang commander. Shitty but true. Not every hill, but it's better to take this as a general rule. Interesting. Somebody said, I'm not going anywhere that a Call of Duty map has been named after. It's funny, because favela is in Modern Warfare 2. That whole wheat bread himself that just laid the most recent comment ball for me last night. Ooh, ooh. You know what I'm talking about? I can start that game up right fucking now. I can start that game up right now, but you're lucky I'm not going to do it. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 22. Oh boy, it's a doozy as usual. Write me a fucking story. Maybe he's still writing it to this day. Oh boy, I may have come close to meeting a serial killer once. You wrote a story this length and you may have. Oh my God. Okay. I've been reading for a while. You've been writing this for a while. I'm going to be reading this for a while, but never made an account as I didn't think I'd be sharing, but finally made an account just for this. So to preface the story, I grew up just south of Seattle under the shadow of the Green River Killer. Nigga, we don't know who the fuck. We lived just outside the city, but not quite to the suburbs. Almost like living in a small town, except that we weren't far from either the killer's pick up or dump spots. My God. My brothers and I had to take our dogs with us everywhere we went. Other than that, we enjoyed a pretty amazing amount of freedom, even for the late 70s and early 80s. Oh boy, there you go, old man. I was a total tomboy, climbing trees and playing in the mud and running the woods. I was fairly fearless. Tomboy. Yeah, she's old and a lady. That explains the length of this shit. Jesus Christ. Fast forward to 87. I'm living just off Pack Highway with my dad and busing to school on the metro every day. I have to walk up a huge steep hill, catch a bus down Pack Highway. Walk back down the hill into the neighborhoods across the middle school, the athletic fields, football. You got a long distance to walk. We motherfucking get it. I did this voluntarily to attend the nicer school with the gifted program. I'd also just started experimenting with being a girl. What the fuck that mean? You was a nigga before? What the fuck that mean? I'm so fucking mad. What the fuck that mean? Shit. Oh my God. Okay, look, man. We can infer based on the way that she is crafting this fucking long-winded diatribe, just an assault on our fucking patience. Okay, that she means that, oh, because I'm a tomboy, now I'm kind of getting into my feminine side. Oh my God. I'd also just started experiment with being a girl, but I wasn't really very good at it yet, so not very aware of things that girls have to pay attention to, like personal safety and situational awareness. What? Yeah, like people don't have to be situationally aware. Only girls. Only girls. This is important as to why I felt so comfortable busing along Pack Highway alone at 14 and why I made the tactical error I made. Look, if you can look like a little boy, as long as you're not in Hollywood, you should be fine. Oh, you see that? That's a zinger. Haha, I gave him the zots. Okay. As long as you ain't looking like a curvy, hot, jiggly, double D 14-year-old bitch that may be Hispanic, because they're the ones that are the early bloomers, you should be fine. You know what I mean? Especially if you're calling yourself a tomboy. Jeez. So, spring of freshman year, there's a Friday night dance that I want to go to. Dad drops me off and says, I'll be back at whatever time. Okay. 2 hours or something. For some stupid teenage reason, after being there a bit, I decide I want to go home. Of course, normal folks didn't have cell phones back then, and there was no payphone, and I was used to getting myself around, so I take off across the fields, through the neighborhoods, and up to the bus stop at Pack Highway. Well, everything is fine for a minute. Then this kind of shortish guy gets out of this pale pickup truck that's parked in the lot next to the bus stop, and he walks towards me. He doesn't say a word. He just stares at me. I come to a couple realizations fairly quickly. One, it was neither early morning nor early afternoon when I usually bus. Two, I'm not wearing my standard jeans paired with my dad's work shirt I typically wear. I am in fact wearing a miniskirt with a face full of sexy makeup. Well, really it was tacky and overdone as I was still learning to be girly, but I didn't know that then. The shirt was actually showing my recently grown, way too large, way too soon breasts. You can't say... You have shocked me.
That's tree fitty. Times 10. Play it 10 times.
Legendary Fat Man wants me to play Tree Fitty 10 times because he has donated 35. That's not how it works, Fat Man. But to jip you out of that, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to hit this button 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
$3.50.
Tree fitted. Tree fitted.
There it is, man. Played it 10 times. In your face. There you go. Faith says, Kyle's voice soothes some of the pain of my existence. Girl. That's so sweet of you. For a fact says, I like how she goes into an entire novel to explain why she felt it was okay to ride the bus as if it matters. Women. John also says, hello, Kyle. Have a great night. Just wanted to come and say hi. Please don't time me out. Why would I ever do that? You probably said something stupid one day and we were just having a little bit of silly fun. Get over it, man. It's not like we banned you. It's not like we banned you, man. Yeah. Legendary Fat Man says, well played. Special thanks to Fat Man as usual. Give it up. Give it up, everybody. Fat Man, wow. He'll be here all week. He'll be here all week. So as we continue back to the story, he really did. The reason he shocked me with that entry is because she started talking about her breasts, but it really had my attention. That was when the story went from like, oh my God, to like, ooh, you know what I'm talking about? So I was like, wait a minute. I got right in there. And then he just came with the freaking, the thing in and it shocked me. But what I mean to say is, you know, how you going to talk about how your breast came in way too large when you're not talking about, you know, the size, you know, because I bet you they weren't bigger than like maybe B's, close to C's. You know what I'm talking about? That's why she hasn't mentioned the size. I think other people who are asking about this story would be interested too, but she wouldn't have an answer. She wouldn't have an answer. Number 3, I'm on Pack Highway late at night in a hooker dense area, all alone, and there's virtually no one around. It's mostly closed businesses on this little stretch of highway. For this guy is wrong. He's just wrong. I don't know why at this point in my life, but every cell in my body is screaming that this guy is wrong. So I nope the fuck out of there, but I make a serious tactical error and head back to the high school instead of to the grocery store kitty corner and up the street a bit. I'm just gonna roll on past that shit like we supposed to know what the fuck that.
Hey Sael, I snapped you a link to those crazy black Israelites video. If you have time, you should check it out on stream.
I ain't checking that shit out on stream. From what somebody described of those black Israelites, they seem like the villains, which is crazy. Thank you for that. What the fuck?
Dear Chief Replacement, I wanted to send you this friendly little letter to inform you of your imminent demise. If you're curious about the frequency of which I've sent these letters, it is merely to instill as much fear as I can.
What is happening?
As if basting a turkey, which I will then proceed to have sex with.
And then the stream says kiwis are so fucking good. You know, this is a place for crazy people. I mean, what the?
That's right. I'm going to fuck the fear turkey.
Fat Man, what is happening? What is happening?
Crazy people.
What?
Crazy people. That's all.
Thank you, Fat Man, for the look. We need to take a quick look here because even I'm getting a little damn confused. Give me a second here. You know, what the fuck, Fat Man? I know these are references, so I shouldn't be going too nuts. But what? Pegleg? Okay, first of all, thank you to Pegleg. You're wonderful. Okay, thank you. Guys, if you're not aware of what he's referencing, a while back, I don't know, for some reason it just came up. And I said, you know what my favorite shut the fuck up is? It's like these black guys were on the side of a street and a white woman comes up and she's all like, she's like on her typical feminist SJW bullshit. And she gets all in their personal space. So one of the guys just shoves her out of the way and she falls over. And then some other white lady walking down the path goes, no, that is uncalled for. And one of the dudes in the back goes, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about? That shit's like really funny to me. Just the way he says shut the fuck up when she's like, that is. And then at the end of the video, the lady who got knocked over ends up getting arrested and she's crying and it's like great. But that's what Peg Leg Seg is saying, is that those dudes are like apparently a famous or infamous group of dudes that just shout really mean shit on the street corner. And oh boy, Faith says, can you show the video again, Kyle, please? Why, Faith? Why? It's rude. That video's rude. Oh my god, she asking me to show the damn video. Oh my god. I'm gonna just type in black guys, white lady arrested. That ought to do it. That ought to do it. Police arrest 2 black men for being a white girl. What the hell is really going on out here? Oh, for being with a white girl. That's different. That's different. Okay. I thought it was like a White Girls the movie situation going on. You can't view this. It's like, but y'all was doing blackface just yesterday. Yeah, but blackface is different. Okay. White lady arrested. Black guys. I'm just flipping it up. No. There it is. Oh my god. This is my jam. Okay, so they knocked this hoe over. Hold up. Let me see here. Oh my god. Oh, she already got knocked over. Okay, hold up. So she gets all in their jam. She getting all in them jiggly jams. Okay, give me a second. Here it is. Hold on. Okay, so she okay, here it is.
All right, you ain't about to come up here and cause no spectacle. Call the cops.
Did any of you
Call the
see
cops.
him just physically assault?
Call the cops.
Oh my god.
Hey, that is uncalled for.
Shut the fuck up.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry. It's just how funny. He's like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. It's not funny. The situation's not funny. Well, what a cruel and ridiculous world we live in. But there's a special place in Kyle's heart for a very well-timed, flawlessly executed shut the fuck up. It's just like the embodiment of a blatant disregard for any and everything that you about. You know what I'm talking about? Holy shit. Like, Hannah, what would you say that your favorite thing about being here is? I was gonna yell shut the fuck up at you, but I'm not gonna do it. Oh, you knew? Okay, yeah. You're so stupid. Oh, you're so stupid. Hey. Okay. All right. Well, guys, I'm so sorry. A special thanks to Fat Man, because I don't even know where to begin touching his, madness in what he has unfolded. So as we continue up this list of 30 crazy I need to get the fuck out of here stories, we are still somehow in the middle of some old lady's freaking story about how she may have met a serial killer and not just some old dude that was taking advantage of some dumb hoe walking down the street. You know what I mean? In the middle of the fucking night. So here we fucking go. So I nope the fuck out of here, but I make a serious tactical error and head back to the high school instead of to the grocery store kitty corner and up the street a bit. And he follows me. He's about 200 yards off my ass, and I drop down into the neighborhoods, and it's dark and it's quiet, and it seems to me, at the very least, that there's almost no one home. Very few lights are on, very few cars in the driveways, and he's not making a single sound, and he's just staring, and he keeps coming. I have noped the fuck out in exactly the wrong direction. Thanks the fashion gods of the late 80s that Converse high-top tennis shoes were in, even with mini skirts, because I'm power walking by the time I can see the middle-aged school, or the middle school. Middle-aged is the bitch writing this story right now. Forgive me. Hannah, you catching Pokemon?
Maybe. Why?
Nigga, imagine, if you will, out of the side of your eye, just a girl with her finger and her elbow pointed upwards on her phone. So like imagine her lifting her arm, but then pointing the hand down at the phone so that the arm creates like a oh my god. And she's like doing the whole diddle in the phone screen thing and then swiping up. Oh my god.
I don't like you.
All right. We still ain't done with this. I'm 14 and I walk down the hills every day. Fuck me. Fuck me, we ain't reading this shit. We are not reading this entry. I don't do this often. I'm so sorry. I may have been stalked by a serial killer. Somebody said she said I included a TLDR by request. Bitch, get your shit together. Get your shit together. You boring must asleep out here. Thank God. You get guys. You should be thankful that even I understand momentum enough to not continue something like that. She lucky I can't downvote it because this is from like a year ago. Let's continue. Number 21. Literally every time I've been to Asia, there have been Sybil and Dibble. There has been a riot, a protest, a military coup. So I've got plenty of these experiences. Fat Man asks, okay, last time I'm asking Kyle, how's the sinus? It's great. It's cleared up because, he sent a picture of something that he suggested, which was basically like a little thing that you shove up the nose and then you spray it. So leave it to Fat Man to suggest things to plug into holes in the human body because, he's the expert. I defer to his better judgment. And here we are with clear nostrils here because of this little Sinex Vicks thing that I bought. Special thanks to Fat Man helping me in my everyday life. Oh wow. So continuing this, the scariest one was in 2008 during the Thai military lockdown in Bangkok. Ooh, Bangkok. Shit started literally as my plane was landing. Mine was the last flight to land before the airport got shut down. Oh no. They hurried us away from the airport as things were getting a bit sketchy and dropped us off in an area that was supposedly far from the action. Later on, I was walking down the street of this quiet neighborhood, kind of just staring at stuff around me and not paying attention not paying a whole lot of attention. Jet lag. Oh my God, something was crawling up from the insides of me. Jet lag and shit. As I was crossing the road, a three-way T intersection, I look up to not get hit by a car and saw a mob of red shirts walking toward me. I think this can't be good and turned 180 degrees the other way, only to find myself staring right into a mob of yellow shirts. You see, the red shirts and the yellow shirts fucking hate each other, and I'm exactly right in the middle of them. So I pull a hard 90 to head down the side street, only to find a tank, several APCs, and squads of soldiers holding big-ass guns. Well, fuck. I decided it was time to get the fuck out of... Oh my God. Too long didn't read, narrowly missed two opposing mobs and the Thai military converging. What is going on with this list?
You wanted longer entries.
I did want longer entries, but these are getting ridiculous. And they're boring me to tears. Number 20. This is a healthy entry length. Growing up, whenever my brother was arguing with my mom, and he started his next point with, "You know what, Mom?" I always knew that that was the time to get out of the room. It was going to get ugly. You know what, Mom? Oh shit, it's about to get real. Candy Cane says, "Hello, love bugs." Who the love bug? You us? You want us to get in bed with Candy Cane? As we travel up to number 19, was leaving a bush party with a friend. To do this, we have to climb a really steep hill, not too tough, because they were little trees growing out of it to grasp. About halfway up, we see the flashlights, and someone yelled, "Cops!" My friend and I turned around and went down. I saw two kids rolling down the hill hitting trees. By the time we got to the bottom, I decided I should get the fuck out of there, but will not. gave my friend a beer, and he ran off. I laid down with my beer in some long grass and didn't move. They never found me, and I heard them laughing, saying things like, haha, this shit is what I signed up for. Eventually, I fell asleep, and I woke up hours later and walked home. Fell asleep in some tall grass, man. Braver than me. Snakes and little dirty things crawling in your ear hole and shit. Crawling in your ear hole and shit. Crawling in your ear hole and shit. Dr. Scam says, hey Kyle, ask Hannah if she's caught a Mewtwo yet. Of course she hasn't. Hannah doesn't like Pokemon Go. She's not even close to Kyle status in this damn game. And I haven't caught a Mewtwo. You know what I'm talking about? What happened?
I said I do like it.
You know, I've got like 9 freaking Moltres.
Yep.
It's because I'm one of these tryhards in this Bing Bong game. But the only way to catch a Mewtwo is to freaking, spoof or hack, so to speak, or not play properly. You got to cheat, basically. And we're not going to get into that. Faith says, I'm tired, and that didn't mail any sense. Ooh, I guess I'm the mail that Faith is looking for. What the hell? As we roll up to number 18, my uncle and stepfather were drinking late at night, watching TV, while me and a few others were just chilling in the living room. I was 15, I think. There was some shouting out on our street, and we all went out on the porch to gawk and saw our neighbor, an old man, being drugged around on the asphalt by some young guy. My uncle, with his drunken bravado, strutted into the middle of it, and the younger man started to push each other. Or he and the younger man started to push each other. Then my uncle pulled out a switchblade, and the guy ran into the old man's house. That's when I decided to go back inside and watch from a window with the phone in my hand. Sure enough, the dude came back out with a butcher's knife. The two of them started to struggle. My stepfather jumped in to break it up, and he ended up getting stabbed in the back by the young dude. I called the police. We ended up in the hospital all night waiting to see if my stepfather would live. He did, with a punctured lung and a lot of recovery time. Well, that's really brave. That's really brave of somebody to jump in and defend an old man. So, I don't know. That's really brave. All right? What's wrong? It's a weird angle.
Yeah. It is. I'm sorry.
Number 17. I was at a house party with a few friends, where pretty much everyone from our college year was invited. One guy, who is affectionately called One Drink Davy, had probably drowned about 2 pints of Stella within the hour, and I personally knew he was just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Nevertheless, we all sat down to play Ring of Fire. That's when I saw it. His hands raised to his mouth and his eyes closed. I bolted to the door. Just as I make it past the door frame, I hear a familiar splash and everyone screaming. 15 minutes later, I thought I'd go back upstairs to assess the damage. Holy shit. It's everywhere. Not just Davies. Apparently he'd started a chain with the sympathy pukers. Oh God. And what I was seeing was about 5 people's worth of vomit all over poor Jane's mother's cream carpets. Ugh. I've never been so glad to have been able to detect when someone was going to hurl. Ooh, bing bong. Whole Wheat says, good on you, fat man. I wouldn't risk buying cheap sex toys. Oh, he's on about the sex toys again. Well, as long as fat man gets the sex toys he needs, you know, it's all about fat man's satisfaction. Push him and then just touch him till he can get his sex toy ejaculation. I don't know. Whole Wheat says, but you can fuck the stuffy. Faith is talking about a $230 stuffed toy. Interesting. I wonder where Emmy is. She's all about stuffed toys too. Dr. Scam says, it wasn't that hard to get an X pass. You should just spin the stop at a Starbucks. Wait, when is it happening, Dr. Scam? Tell us, and then Hannah and I will go to Starbucks right now. Love you. Put clothes on. Do it.
I like being naked.
You're not naked, Hannah. Stop playing around.
Mostly.
What?
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly naked. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hannah, boy. Woo, boy. Anyway, Guitar Slinger says, hi, Kyle. Hi. Seriously, if these exclusive raid passes are easy to get, can we please just go to,
I'm fine with it.
Is Starbucks open?
Not this late now.
But I know that there are some 24-hour Starbuckses.
Are there?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, we can still go. Spin things.
I want them damn Magikarp, so it may make sense to just wait. I don't want you driving around in the middle of the night. You nearly crashed during the day. You did.
Like you. No, I didn't.
You did!
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Alright, man. Dr. Scam says, Kyle, you have to spin the stop at a Starbucks and then get an invite a little while later. I got one a couple of weeks, I think, after spinning a stop. Motherfucker. This is not the Kyle trying to get a damn Mewtwo and corny ass Pokemon Go stream. I really need to figure out how to start spoofing like the rest of the fucking world. But no one tells me how to. And every time I ask somebody to teach me, they go, you got Android or iOS? And then I go, iOS. And then they go, ooh. As we roll up to number 16 on this list, 2010, Athens, Greece. I am working as a software developer in a company. Since I do not have any personal stuff going on, and we're basically a two-man show, me and my boss / owner of the company, I do customer support, I write code, I manage our servers, meaning that I'm working 12 to 14 hours a day. Most of our clients are in the US, so my working schedule is properly adjusted. I come to work at 11 a.m. and leave as early as 11 p.m. or as late as 1 to 2 a.m. Jeez. Well, the regular interruptions of my work are basically 1 at around Jesus Christ, motherfucker. I'm so sorry. I can't deal with this shit. What kind of people write like this? Condense this shit to I work a lot from this time to this time most days. Okay? What the fuck is all of this? What are you doing? What are you doing? Even in a book, this would be uncalled for. Oh my God. One day that was no different than any other. I go out for dinner still baffled about a programming issue, a bug that I couldn't identify. In the future, I'm gonna put it like this, ladies and gentlemen. In the future, if someone puts more than 5 sets of parentheses in their motherfucking entry, I'm not reading this shit. And it's because you got a goddamn problem. You understand me? So here's 1 set of parentheses, all right, towards the bottom of this motherfucker's entry. It's not 5 yet. Here's 2 sets of parentheses inside this motherfucker's entries. Not 5 yet. Here go 3. There go 3. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's 4.
I see 5.
It's 4 though.
6.
No. I'm a nice guy. So maybe because this includes some kind of like, the visual aid. What the fuck is this? How bad are you at telling a story? I need this guy. You fucking made some kind of fucking... Oh my God. Why did you make a PowerPoint presentation? This is a robot. This is a robot trying to tell a human story. Literally, guys, even if we gave him this one. So let's literally go back to the bottom. And I know that I'm supposed to be wanting to read these things, so it's not the end of the world, right? I should have no problem reading it. Not if it's fucking stupid. Not if it's from somebody that's like really got problems even telling a story, delivering an anecdote that's in no way entertaining. Too long didn't read a group of anarchists set a bank on fire right next to me. That's how long it took to tell this story. 1 set of parentheses. 2 set of parentheses. 3 set of parentheses. 4 set of parentheses. Even if I gave him this one, it's still a 5 up here. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? I'm not being a diva about this. I'm not playing this up for yucks or to be dramatic. Like, I have a problem. Fucking get to the point. I don't have a problem with things being told long as they're entertaining. This is nuts. Number 15. This happened about 12 to 13 years ago. I was about 10 years old at the time. Me and my father was sitting in our truck having food at a food truck. Cool. While we were sitting there, some drunk men came and parked right in front of us, blocking our way. After some time, the car behind us honked so they could leave. My dad honked at his car, or at the car in front of us, but they just waved at us, saying they're not moving. My dad went out and told them that there was a car behind us. Those were two young men as well. They went and asked him to move. Drunk men again gave some vulgar sign and told him to fuck off. This dude straight up punched the window, breaking it. Drunk men came out to fight, while my dad just picked me up and walked away from the scene. We were watching from a distance when the dude who was behind us took his gun out and shot the drunk car guy in the head. Point blank, baby. Now this is what I'm talking about. Is this what's going to be in your average fucking, somebody lit a bank on fire, jack off in my own mouth at night? That's what that guy that wrote this story does. I read it. I read it on Reddit. Trust me. I read it on Reddit. Reddit knows stuff, guys. You want to know how Reddit knows things? Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something, okay? Hold on. Here's a Reddit post from 2 years ago.
Oh jeez.
Actually, it's from a little over 2 years ago. Okay, the Reddit post says, "What is a sneaking suspicion that you have about a famous person?" Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just Control F. Cheetos are in there right now. Don't pay attention to that. But I'm gonna type in Corey, and look at this. Corey Feldman, along with most child stars, were sexually abused and passed around by Hollywood elites as children. That was 2 years ago, motherfucker. Weird. That was before all this Harvey Weinstein and Bing Bong Spacey coming out. Oh, wait a minute, you know. Maybe there's some stuff going around. So it's great to see you, Lexeus. How are you doing? But yeah, as we complete this, we were watching from a distance, and the dude who was behind us took his gun out and shot the drunk guy in the head point blank. Then they calmly walked back to their car, and since everyone ran away, they backed up their car and went on their way. I have a few more, but this was on the top of my mind. Uh-oh, baby. Gus David said, boom, headshot. Lexeya says, I'm doing fairly well, thank you. Stay wonderful. You guys will be really pleased to know that my dream microphone was purchased for me by Sedasia in a pretty crazy act. So next to Lexeus, who's gotten me the other microphone that I use, you know what I mean? I just want to give him a special thanks. I also blended up a smoothie for the first time in a long time, and I thought of Faith. All I ever do when I put those smoothies to my tongue. Just think of Faith and how she got the blender. You may have scoliosis, Hannah.
I do not have scoliosis.
I'm going to call you Hannah-osis. Scoliana. What?
Behind my back.
Scoliana behind your creepy deformed back. Oh man. So as we roll up to number 14, not me, but a friend of mine. I was with a guy who knew some pretty hardcore parties, so I went with him. We walked in, and the first thing I noticed in the house is a pile of cocaine on the table and a pistol on the bar. My friend told me, we need to get the fuck out. We've passed 3 police cruisers, headed to the party on our way out. They busted the place right after we left. Uh-oh. Hope y'all didn't touch anything, motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? At least he's the type of partier to know when it's safe and when it's not. A few times have I tagged along to a party thinking this party's going to be sweet, and it was either shot and nobody is there or entirely too crowded and fights are happening, so I just bounce. Biggity 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 bounce. Legendary Fat Man wants Bread to change his name to Wonder Bread. He can't do that unless Fat Man gives me like, I don't know, like $30. If he did that, then trust me, Bread would just change his name. You know why? Because I wouldn't give Bread a choice. Uh-oh.
It's change your name or get banned.
I didn't say that. You know what I mean? But some things happen. You know what I'm talking about? Woo! As we roll up to number 13. I was on a motorcycle trip through Mexico in 2011 to 2012. Right when all the super violent stuff was going down, we had stopped around noon in a small town, Playa Azul. I think it's called Playa Azul, Kyle. Nah, nigga. I'm the playa. Yeah. In Michigan, home of the most violent cartel at all time, La Farmville, to rest out and get a little cash. The only ATM was just outside the police building, which itself was surrounded by open fields. In the span of literally 1 minute, everyone in the town disappeared. It was the most eerie thing ever. Bustling small town, 1 minute, ghost town the next. A couple minutes after, the bunch of helicopters appeared and commandos started to rappel out. Dude, what? Give me a second. Let me change the music here because I need to like get into a better mood here. Maybe I'll put on organic meditation. I really like that. I really like organic meditation. What are you looking at, Hannah? That's what I thought. All right. Hannah trying to peep my sweet pornos. Okay.
It's not my fault you have it up there.
I don't have it up there. It's just in a, you know, they're not mine either. They just end up on the computer sometimes. And oddly enough, they, you know, they fall right into my, you know, interests strangely. Weird, you know. I'm not a discerning guy, you know. I find beauty in everyone and everything. But ladies and gentlemen, as we continue this entry, okay, everyone in the town just disappeared. Bustling small town 1 minute, ghost town the next. A couple of minutes after, a bunch of helicopters appear. Who the hell is somebody named Ruthless Ninja sending me a message talking about a big boy? What the fuck? Anyway, it was the most eerie thing ever. A couple of minutes later, a bunch of helicopters appear and commandos start to rappel out. We didn't want to be there when the bullets started to fly, so we got on our bikes and took off. Only problem was, the army had, at the same time, set up a roadblock on the 3 main roads. Luckily, they saw we were terrified gringos and immediately waved us through. We were the only people they let through, from what I saw. Obviously, they were trying to capture some big drug lord, but I never did find out the whole story. I have a shitty photo that I took really quickly that I can add when I get home. Bienvenidos. What the hell is that?
Now, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it,
oh my,
do it,
oh my
do
God.
it, oh it, do 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 it, oh it, do 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 it, oh it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Oh my God, shut up.
Do it, oh it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to continue upwards and reach number 12. I'll give you one. My dad, he was a nuclear engineer. Now you know this story is headed in a bad direction. He had made several complaints that the Pickering nuclear power plant was not updating their inspections of the heavy water containment. Nothing was done. My father knew there was going to be a high-pressure test scheduled for August. You know what he does? He scheduled his 3-weekend summer vacation to begin at the end of July. On August 2nd, 1992, Pickering had a heavy water leak. So I'm watching the news The president of Ontario Hydra is giving a press conference. Everything is fine. Then as soon as the press conference is over, my phone rings. It's the president of Ontario Hydro asking where my dad is. They got to figure out how to clean up this mess. I said he's camping way up in... Has a connection been reestablished? Has connection been reestablished?
Yes,
It has?
Yeah. It's playing on my phone.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for those difficulties. They removed that big up and like that. Yeah, that's cute. Alright, now we're back. We're back though. Yeah, so the dad was all like, he tells me to call all my relatives in Nova Scotia to track him down, which I tried, no luck. Great big nuclear spill, not his problem. And when my dad finally did turn up 2 weeks later, he was all, not my circus, not my problem. Like he knew exactly what was going to happen, and the people who ignored it can deal with it themselves. What a badass man. Somebody said, your dad is a very, very smart man. Sometimes all you can do is comply maliciously. You know what I mean? Like when your parents and they're all like, hey guy, why didn't you do this thing? And you're all like, no, here's why I'm not going to do it. It would be stupid for it to be done, especially at this point in time. If it were to be done, it should be done at this point, not now. And they're just like, just do it. And I'm like, I just told you what's going to happen, but if you want me to do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? If you want me to do it, I will do it. Oh my God. Faith is saying, okay, so should I save my money to buy the 8-foot teddy, or should I buy a bunch of stuffies right now? Faith, shouldn't you be buying up for like some sort of, not saving up. I was almost going to suggest you get a motorcycle so you can go anywhere and do whatever you want. But I don't think anybody should get a motorcycle, man. It's dangerous. Motorcycles are dangerous. Why are you trying to kill yourself? Deadly Slayin says, hey Kyle, what's up? Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Wonderbread, my man, thank you for complying. You have now achieved greatness. Bing bong. As we travel up this list, we arrive at number 11. I changed my friend's name and nickname for privacy. This is more of a oh shit, I should have gotten the fuck out of here moment, but still. I was at a party senior year of high school, one of those big ones where you gotta pay $5 to get in, hundreds of people, etc. Me and my friends are standing in the backyard smoking joints and taking bumps of the end of a parley. What? Just getting fucked and having a grand old time. All of a sudden, there's this massive smashing sound from the house. The French door flies open and about 50 people spill out, screaming at each other and fighting. I learned later that it was a gang fight between a group of Mexican guys and a group of black guys. Mexicans and blacks? Blacks and Mexicans. Oh, some black guys and some Mexican guys. And oh my God, we gotta get out of here. Someone grabbed the wrong ass, or someone said some shit, and it went south real quick. Went south of the border. So sorry. Before I continue, let me explain just who I was. Do you know who I am? My dad owns a dealership. I'm a 5'10" white kid who went to a private school and had never been in a fight that lasted more than a few punches. Now, I'm in a small riot and everyone around me is either screaming and panicking or fighting with fists, smashed bottles, knives, etc. Thankfully, no guns were pulled. I'm standing in the middle of literal bloody gang fight and it's fucking terrifying. Luckily, I was with my friend who we called Big A. He was this dude named Aaron, who stood at about 6'6" and a solid 280 pounds. Massive linebacker type. As soon as the fighting reached us, he grabbed my arm, pulled me behind him, and said, "Hold on to my shoulder, dude." Then he just started marching through the crowd to the gate. This motherfucker was shoving people left and right, parting the sea of violence like fucking Moses. I held on for dear life and followed him all the way out. He had 100% saved my ass. That was by far and away the scariest situation I've been in. Excuse me. Oh my God. Deadly Slayin says, I'm going to donate December 1st. Look forward to a huge donation, Kyle. Oh, man. That sounds cute. You like what I typed?
Yeah.
Say it out loud.
No.
Hannah, say it. Say it, Hannah.
You can't get me to say it.
Say it, Hannah.
What are you going to give me if I say it?
I'm getting you Starbucks.
You don't have to get me Starbucks.
Is it not going to be open?
Probably not.
Well, I'll get you Taco Bell. Works
That's
out
okay.
for everybody.
I really want me to say it. Why? Everyone can read it for themselves.
You're just taking the fun out of everything right
I
now.
know.
Just, what do you mean? Just read it for me. How about that?
Oh my God.
All right, never mind then.
Be
No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
I'll record it for a soundbite that I'll just upload as its own video.
Oh God.
Don't be delaying. You know what I'm talking about? And then maybe I'll make a rap with it. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. As we continue this story, I found out some friends who stayed that it ended up getting even worse. Multiple people were stabbed. The back fence was smashed down and the fighting spilled into the streets, and a metric shit ton of cops, ambulances came right after we got out of there. I'm forever grateful for Big A saving my ass. If not for him, I definitely have been caught in a crossfire of that one. Oh my God. Bing bong. Bing bong. As we continue, we are finally at the final 10 of this list. Did I say 10? Because 10's been deleted. Bing bong. So I guess now we're at 9. Well, how do you like that? I was visiting Belgium with my dad a couple of years back. I love arcades and found one in Ostende where we were staying. I was spending a couple of hours of my free time in there while my dad was around the corner in a sports bar watching football. I was playing a game of pinball when I noticed this guy who was just hanging around near me, not really doing anything, just staring in another direction towards some games. I finished my game and started to leave, and he followed me. I noticed this and stopped and pretended to browse some of the prizes you can win with tickets. He stopped as well and pretended to look around. At this point, I swiftly walked straight out of the arcade, and he followed me, and as soon as we were on the street, a guy leaning against the wall joined up with him and followed me about 10 feet back. These two were the worst muggers ever, and I picked up on it straight away. They were obviously thinking I was going to walk home if I was local and even lived there, and wait until we got out of the city center to try something. I went round the bend at the end of the road and straight into the sports bar where my dad was. They didn't follow me in there, just kept walking past. I breathed a sigh of relief and enjoyed the rest of my evening. Should have let him to a damn police station. Maybe. Oh well. I like that Chuckster refers to gay baby jail as the Shadow Realm. That's pretty funny. There's nothing cooler than the Shadow Realm. It's just like a fucking... it's like a place where you're trapped. There's nothing going on there, man. That's anime purgatory, baby. The Shadow Realm. Oh no, you're trapped at your grandpa in the Shadow Realm. Grandpa Yugi. Save me, Yugi. Fuck this place. Give me back my cards. Number 8. I was doing a semester abroad in London. Shut the fuck up. I was doing a semester abroad in London, okay? I'm just used to doing broads. See what I said? See what I did there? Woo! At the time, there were concerns about bombings on the underground trains. I was gonna try to turn that into something. I'm so bad. You need to get your shit together, Kyle. During our orientation, one of our guides mentioned that if you ever heard the voice of the underground PA system ask for Inspector Sands, that was code to alert the underground staff that there was some kind of emergency without panicking the rider. So if you ever hear the voice on the underground PA system ask for Inspector Sands, that was code to alert the underground staff that there was some kind of emergency without panicking the riders. One night after class, I stopped at a restaurant. It was McDonald's, sue me, and the cashier forgot my order, causing my meal to be delayed. Once I got my food and finished eating, I headed to the nearest tube station to board a train home and heard playing on repeat, "Will Inspector Sands report to the office?" or something similar. I then noticed that a horde of police cars were converging on the area. I turned right the fuck out and took a bus home. Turns out it wasn't a bombing. Someone had pushed someone else onto the tracks in front of the train. Still, I thought for half a second that a shitty McDonald's cashier might have saved me from getting blown up. Ooh. From getting blown up. Yeah. From getting blown up. I'm hungry now. Should we call Haru in the car?
I don't know.
It's up to you if you want to go. I don't want to make you, girl. I don't want to make you, girl. Huh?
What do I get for taking?
I keep telling you what you get, and you keep asking. So I guess the better question is, what do you want, Hannah? Brat. Number 7. Front stage of the Lamb of God. I think maybe 2012-ish. Suddenly people start leaving before the next song. What I didn't realize at the time was I was in the middle of a world record attempt at the largest wall of death at a festival. I haven't noped any harder than that, I don't think. What's a wall of death? Like a mosh pit kind of thing? Crowd splits into two sides, then they run at each other. Oh my god. Holy hell. That is how injuries happen, baby. Oh my god. And you know some tom girl is out there, some tomboy that's like, yeah, I can do it with the boys. And then she ends up hospitalized. That's my favorite. Yeah, then she end up hospitalized. Stop being rude, Kyle. Guys, I'd like to thank you for taking part in this journey. Let's go ahead and put a bow on this list because I'm starting to get cranky, starting to get a little bit hot. Towards the end of these lists, my temperature always skyrockets. Number 6, Raider Niner preseason game. I got free tickets, so I brought my girlfriend with me since she had never been to a football game before. Game was at Candlestick Park, which is in the Ghetto in San Francisco. The game was rowdy from the start and fights were breaking out all over the stadium. I made a point to not drink because I wanted to have my wits about me the entire time. It got so crazy that we left early, and as we were leaving, a bunch of cops and ambulances were heading towards the stadium. We got out of the city and my bro texted me asking if I was okay because there were shootings. Never felt so uncomfortable at a sporting event in my life. Oh my god. Somebody said Raider Niner. You need not say anymore. Oh my god. Look, man. This is. I like viewing things from the comfort of my home, guys. Uh-oh. We should finish that stupid. Oh, we can finish when we get back. The movie.
Yes.
Oh. Faith says I can't find my white thread. Why is the black thread not good enough, Faith? Huh? Why not the brown thread? I'm kidding. So sorry. Jesus. Okay, guys, I apologize. Man, these noises are not right. We arrive. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, it's like 10:47 p.m. for me. I don't know why I do these at this hour. I don't know why I start these at 9:30. But I mean, I do what I do. As we arrive at number 5 on the list of 30. That's the wrong one. Get that out of here. Get that out of here forever. Remove it. Yeah. Of 30 crazy I need to get the fuck out stories. I actually had to get the image for that thumbnail from the episode of Simpsons on my hard drive. You guys know what I'm talking about? Let me give you a picture of my my VLC media player right now. If I can find it. Okay, you see? Look, I had that episode going on. It was like, oh wait, here, wait, can we get in just a little bit? Okay, wait. Give me a second. Okay. Wait, no, that's too late. Okay. Steamed clams. Oh my God. Let me not. Let's get out of here. God, Kyle, can't you just stay on freaking topic? All right. Oh my God. As we arrive at number 5, I was driving back to school after Thanksgiving break in the rain about 8 years ago, and as I pass by an exit, I see a pickup coming down the entrance ramp next to me really fast, like recklessly fast. I think to myself, I better get away, or I better get ahead of this guy so I don't have to deal with merging with him. So I put my foot on the gas, and about 10 seconds later, I look in my rear view mirror to see the pickup about 100 feet behind me, spinning across all 4 lanes. Then a semi, which was trying to swerve to avoid him, collides and smashes him straight into the barrier as it turns fully sideways across the highway. Huge bang, sound of the pickup basically disintegrated. I had to pull over the next rest stop just to calm down. Get that adrenaline flowing. Oh boy. Did Wonder Bread just say wink wonk? What the fuck? I'm glad to see there's so much love being shared in the damn stream tonight. Aren't you guys cute? People killing, people dying. Whoa. Number 4. I was at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado for a Nas show. Do white people know who Nas is? It doesn't really matter. I left the concert early to grab something out of my car. On the way, I passed a suspicious looking individual. Well, moments later, he fired off a shotgun into the air. I sprinted all the way to my car. It turns out the maniac was trying to kill one of the openers, Schoolboy Q, and nobody was hurt, and it barely even made the news, but a lot of people could have died if he made it inside that concert. My God. My God, that's a bit much. Number 3, man. Let's go ahead and make it through this list. Shit. I was at this open-air nightclub in Montezuma, Costa Rica. The group I was traveling with went to bed, so I was at the bar by myself, drinking Imperial and taking in the scene. I was really drunk. Really, really drunk. The bar was packed and loud and hot and humid. The crowd consisted of young local guys with their girlfriends, stray dogs walking around the dance floor, and a group of high school girls, American or Canadian, with 2 older male chaperones, in their mid-30s, early 40s. The high school girls were all dancing with the 2 teachers and were taking turns making out with them in a strange and systematic manner, almost like they were brainwashed. The 2 teachers were having the time of their lives, glancing at each other with huge grins on their faces between makeout sessions with the underage girls. I'm totally engrossed in their group dynamic when a sudden military truck full of police officers with assault rifles pulls up to the bar and swarms in. All the young Costa Ricans were taken off running in all directions. The bar had no walls, so it emptied pretty fast. The high school girls and their teachers ran away too. The cops sprint out of the bar, following the Costa Rican guys into the darkness. I remain glued to my bar stool, beer in hand, mouth agape, brow furrowed, and by the time I realized, I better get the fuck out of here, it was already over. I sat there alone, just me, my beer, and a couple of stray dogs. What a scene, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it gets more interesting than that story. Guy was too drunk to be, he must have been like a fever dream. He just sitting there watching 2 teachers come in, and then he got a classroom full of a whole bunch of underage girls, and they just taking turns making out, baby. Taking turns making out with the teach. And the dudes are stoked. They're all like, yeah, look at these little girls. Little girl. What the fuck? What the fuck? The little girl was a bit much, Kyle. Let's go ahead and take it to number 2. I was doing charity work in the high school. Just outside of a smaller mountain in the city of Guatemala. We took one afternoon off and head into the city and check out the markets and whatnot. Riding around the city in the bed of pickup trucks. There were about 15 of us, extremely common here. We noticed that there wasn't much activity and a lot of the shops were closed. A local who recognized our organization started yelling when we drove by and flagged us down, so we stopped. He was in the middle of setting up a roadblock and basically told us to get the fuck out of the city as fast as possible. Reason being, there was a big protest/riot planned for that day against Canadian mining operations taking advantage of the surrounding regions. This is a small, almost third world militaristic Central American country. Every single one of us was Canadian. We could have easily become the perfect bargaining tool for those rebel groups. Needless to say, we got out of there as quickly as humanly possible. You were saved by some random dude. That's so sweet. That's so cool. That is so cool. Wow. That's so sweet. Guys, we've made it to the end of the list, and I'm glad. I love you, and I want to thank you all, as usual. Thank my patrons. Oh my god, you guys are amazing. I want to thank my sponsors. You guys are amazing as well. All I can do is look at my computer and know that this thing is here because of you guys. Look at the mics and look at the everything. Jesus Lord. I just want to thank you. Non-stop, baby. And as we continue and finish this last list, Faith says, Kyle, there was a guy at my school who got arrested today because he gave a girl ibuprofen. She was allergic and almost died. She's stable now. He got arrested for that, though. She asked for it, dude. That's fucked up. Well, maybe she didn't ask for it. I don't know. That's so fucked. That's so fucked up. That's so sad. Oh, boy. Hey, what's going on in Alexius's picture? I always forget.
It's his cosplay as Bane.
Huh?
It's his Bane cosplay.
Bane?
I believe so, yeah.
Like Batman's Bane?
Yes.
Why does it look like he has a fin on his head? Okay, it's not a fin. Never mind. You'll never imagine what I see in that tiny thumbnail of his default. Okay. Guys, I want you guys to try to send me I want you to send me Lexeus. First of all, because I switched over to the new computer, I lost a lot of my bookmark things. So Lex, please send me the name of the story you wanted me to read again. Because I had it bookmarked from the stream that you told me to. But that's all on the laptop now. I could just open up the laptop, but that's so many steps.
Oh yeah, you have to go all the way to the closet and take the laptop up here and plug it in.
Come on, look. Also, I want you guys to send me some, I want you to send me some bedtime stories that you don't think would be overdone that I could read. You know? Guys, there's this new thing that I can take advantage of. It's called the community on YouTube, okay? And here's how it works. There's 40 of you here. I would appreciate 40 of you leaving a comment, because here's how the community works. I can just say anything like, what short story that isn't overdone do you think? Oh my god. What short story do you believe I should read? And of course, here's hoping that it's not something that's been done so much. You know what I mean? So this is like on my community page. I don't even know how this goes out to people. But say for... What?
It'll go into your feed on the on mobile.
Hey, who's that?
None of your business.
Who's that? Who's that? Show me who that is.
You can't see it. It's gone.
Who was that?
Doesn't matter.
Who was that, Hannah?
It's someone I listen to when I go to sleep sometimes because they bore me and they make me go to sleep.
You listen to someone else.
Yes, I do.
Wow, that's why Hannah's Hannah, dude. Okay. I'll remember it, Hannah. She listens to someone to go to sleep, dude.
What?
Wow.
His voice bores me.
Whatever you say, man. You mean his voice soothes you?
No, it's more of a boring, monotone.
Uh-huh.
It's just noise.
I don't think you need YouTube Red to have that come through, do you?
No.
No. No.
On mobile, it'll go to the feed.
Oh my god, guys. Let's go ahead and finish out this list. Nobody's commented on it either. God. I'll like it, because I don't think anybody else will like me. Anyway, as we roll up to the first entry and last entry on this list, my friends and I were in an In-N-Out burger in LA about 10 years ago. We saw one guy go into the restroom, closely followed by 8 more. Suddenly, there was an incredible ruckus from the bathroom, bodies slamming into walls repeatedly, sounds like sinks being torn off of the walls, but no speaking or yelling whatsoever. Luckily, there was a security guard in the restaurant. He listened for a moment, stood up, and then jogged to his car and drove away. Needless to say, we didn't stick around to see what was going on in there, but it couldn't have been good. Somebody said I laughed so hard at the image of one guy whose job it is to keep the peace, listening for a moment, realizing that he isn't paid enough nearly for this shit, and then he just bails. If security bails, it's definitely time to go. Oh boy. Wonderbread says I already shared a story, Kyle. A short story that I should read?
Yeah, on there.
Did he? Because how come it's not updating? I'm a 911 operator creepypasta. Why does this sound like something that's been done a billion times? When my specific thing that I was asking was that it be something that's under the radar. You know what I mean? And why did they write out 911 too? 911 creepypasta. That's all I'm gonna type in. Because you know there are a billion freaking channels devoted to this garbage. I'm a 911 operator, just had this, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Is this some idiot doing a reaction? What the fuck? Guys. Yeah. Yeah, these are... Hey, listen to me. I know some of you may be new around here, but do I sound like the typical basic, hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy, Kyle, coming at you with another. Don't forget to... You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck? What the fuck? I believe you guys may have me fucked up. So, remembering who I am, and remembering that, yes, this is technically a Kyle channel, you know what I mean? But this is, by extension, a channel of just Kyle. You know, I don't think you're going to find a lot of weird-ass shit like I got going on this freaking channel. I do these lists a lot now. You know what I need to do more of? I need to do more songs and shit, so people don't get confused about me as a channel. How many of these did I do before I stopped? How many TIFUs? Probably like 100 and something. How about if I search for TIFUs via... Will it tell me the number? Let's see. If I type that in... It certainly doesn't give me a number. Look how many of these need to have review requested. Man, what the fuck am I really gonna do? Today I fucked up by claiming the tea wasn't mine. Oh, gotta request a review on that. Jeez. Picking my nose and ending up in the emergency room. Listen how edgy that sounds. Oh boy. Pranking a narcoleptic friend. Okay. Assaulting a small child. At least that one I can understand. Today I fucked up by pissing on a toddler. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Piss on that. Oh my god. Woo! This is my legacy. Apparently.
Yep.
All right. There's probably like a couple hundred of these. That's when I stopped. I think there needs to be more corny ass gaming videos, and then there need to be more me singing. And then you know what I'm gonna start doing vlogs. I'm gonna take it out into the real world. I'm gonna take it into the real world, baby. Oh my god. I'm gonna do it. These are by far my favorite Kyle videos of the musical. Everything on the before you guys go to bed, go listen to the musical Kyle playlist. And let that be your life. Wow. How about that? There's too many of these damn Reddit lists. That's for sure. These were back before I'd even established a freaking thumbnail Oh, a Reddit collection.
Yes.
I could do one of these. But what's noteworthy enough? They recently shut down incels. I should find... Ooh, guys. This is real homework. I'm going to send something to you. This is the Wayback Machine. And as you know, it can go ahead and, take pictures or snapshots of the internet as it was on certain days. The Reddit incels, or the subreddit, I should say, which stands for involuntarily celibate, which, in a nutshell, was a Reddit for people who were virgins, but not by choice, meaning people that, were cucks, were basically friend zoned by everybody that they met, that were, in their opinion, they deserved to be fucked, but they just hadn't gotten that pussy or hadn't gotten that cock in them yet. You know what I mean? This was a subreddit. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do is I want you to literally just go through the different days, It's mainly in 2016 and 2017 there was a lot of action here, but I want you to just literally go on to some of these, click them, you know what I mean? Go on a random day and then click it, you know what I'm talking about? And I want you to, how it'll work is that it'll send you to the subreddit that day. Okay? And then what you do is you just scroll down, see what's going on. That's what I'm talking about. What females really mean when they say they like all kinds of guys. Here, okay, let's see what this is. Oh man, is it gonna load? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look, all you gotta do is find me some juicy shit. Maybe a story from a kid that's just like, and then I took her out and she didn't want to sleep with me, that bitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and post that right there. So if anybody's homework, they want to go ahead and look up some incel stuff. That was a good thing. I can make a Reddit collection out of the ones, but I'll look it up later. You okay, Hannah? Oh my god. Yeah, I've got some manual reviews to request. And it's not really gonna matter because I mean a lot of these have peaked, so to speak. Oh boy. These things can't be sexually suggestive, Kyle. Oh. Dr. Scam says, Kyle, check your community post. I'm gonna, man. But I'm not reading it now, So, I mean, I appreciate the suggestions that anybody who listens to this and then makes it. Why is one held for reviews? Because Deadly Sins is just posting a whole bunch of links. Somebody post one creepypasta called Why I Don't Watch Porn Anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And you guys are killing it with that creepypasta. And then this is from Shitty No Sleep. I mean, come on. Come on. I don't mean this as a joke, obviously, guys. Ugh. But I appreciate you for even commenting, I guess. It's kind of like being a fresh, wide-eyed YouTuber and putting something out there and being like, I can't wait to see what people have to say about my content. And then you get in there and it's like 7 comments and you're like, oh yeah. And then like 3 of them are like first.
Yeah.
And then one guy's just like, check out my channel, you know what I mean? And then some other guy's just talking about like placentas or something. One guy says if you freeze it at this second marker, it sounds like he's saying butt. Yeah. The internet. View all 2 comments, boy. The Harrison Bergerson. What is this? Is this a book or a short story? Sorry. Now that was a lot of to do about nothing, homie. I like that he really wanted passionately for me to go check out this thing. And then when I did, it didn't work. So doesn't that just sum up your life, Dr. Scam? Oh, it works. Okay. I must have been posting it with like a space somehow. Well, I guess it is a short story, but what's so big deal about it? Just skip to the end. Harrison Bergerson. Or Bergeron, sorry. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna do a list. Not a list, just a video. I'm gonna do a video where I literally don't title it. I call it like, I'm gonna call it subscriber requests because I'm not a monster. But I'm going to and I feel like some of you should fear for your own what's the word? Reputation more than you do. You know what I mean? Because these stories should say something about you that you wanted them to be read by me. And I'm just going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do it. All right. Wonder Bread says you're not down for that visible zipper aesthetic, Faith. Faith says I have to resew the zipper on my dress so it's invisible and doesn't look like. Is that when you like make a little thing over the zipper, like in most jeans?
No.
What's an invisible zipper?
You basically want to make sure the sides of the fabric on either side comes together.
I see.
Over the zipper.
Oh, I just typed in invisible by accident, sorry. So it's like a seamless thing.
Yeah, it's like that, exactly.
Intriguing. Well, this has nothing to do with boobs, so I love you guys. Dr. Scam says Kyle is about the government making everyone handicapped to make them all equal, and one guy goes against it and takes over TV. You know what I would love to read, man? The book that inspired fucking Blade Runner, but it's long. It's long. But guys, yeah, short stories. Hit me with those. Even if you're watching, try to get to my community page. Or maybe it's like if you click the channel, it's on the tabs where discussion would normally be, but it just says community. So leave a short story there. I'll read it as part of like a bedtime stories. And we'll go from there. I love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great night. Thank you again for being you. Bye. Lexia says it's good Kyle wordy though. Why do pickles dream of electronic sheep? Yeah, I know. Wait, Faith says, holy shit, I know that story. What story, Faith? What story does Faith know? The one that inspired Blade Runner? Yeah, we'll see. I'm gone. See you guys soon. Bye.